Hey, is this me? I can't tell.
This is our top 5 albums of 2015 so far.
Is it?
We're almost towards the end of June, so that means half of 6 is 12.
Which when you reduce fractions of
Half of that made no sense. Half of 12 is 6. Shut the fuck up. What's your 5th favorite album in 2012?
Okay.
God, you can't speak.
You're fucking up.
2015.
You're fucking up.
I didn't know, it's 2012.
My 5th favorite album of 2012. I don't even fucking remember what came out that year. But, my number 5, I have,
Whitechapel came out 2012.
Yeah.
alright.
Right.
I have,
I just remember that. As I Lay Dying's last album came out 2012.
The Acacia Strain. Death is only more.
But this is 2015. So let's be serious.
fucking be serious.
2015 is a serious year.
I have Blind Guardian, Beyond the Red Mirror. And, I mean, I have my problems with this album, mostly with the production and things like that, and some of the writing, but I mean, it's overall a fairly good album. I mean, with the opening track, The Ninth Wave, is an awesome track, and so is Twilight of the Gods, and then...
Distant Memories.
What was Distant Memories? The song is not on the album? Yeah, that's a good album. That's a good song. And it just, you know, it's Blind Guardian being Blind Guardian. I mean, I can't really fault them for that, but I mean... Maybe, at least on this album, sometimes it might be a little much. But it's still, it's a fun album. I listen to some songs every once in a while, so... Yeah, that's my number 5.
Number 5, I have Periphery with... I count them as 2. Juggernaut Alpha and Juggernaut Omega. I thoroughly enjoyed these albums. I feel it's the next step for Periphery. I liked how one seemed more just hard rock-like, in my opinion, and the other one seemed very experimental. There's some really good songs on both sides. I feel they just showcased a lot of talent and ability to just write different songs in both of these albums, while still keeping that Periphery style and sound that you love. So, you know, Spencer Sotelo sounds great, and the guitar work is just fantastic throughout all. I thoroughly enjoyed both these albums, so my number 5.
My number 5, I have the album Free by the band 100th. Actually wasn't free, I had to pay for it. And that joke has been made a number of times, as far as I've seen, since the band posting something on whatever Instagram's about the only thing I check sometimes anymore. Posting something of their album that says free, and people comment, of course, well, is it free? Do I have to pay for it?
You have to buy it 100 times.
What? Alright, yeah, I got it.
know what I'm saying.
But this album isn't too bad. It's number 5, it's not number 1 for a reason. I love these guys' style, but it's almost getting to that point where it's like time to do something a bit new. I love the kind of, you know, freedom of consciousness type of this type of lyrical content that they're touching on, like these deep meanings about things. I really like. I just wish it had more diversity in songwriting. Like, it's there. It's not every song isn't the exact same, but I wish it had more diversity, like the Resist EP, where every song kind of felt like something in its own, a bit more of a differing feeling between songs. Like I said, lyrical content is good, but just, you know, it's that feeling of this is a bit too, you know, close together for my liking. My number 4 album is Ivy. No, my number 4 album, I guess, is No Cities to Love by the band Sleater-Kinney. We're going like this one.
Yeah. We're doing
Alright, No Cities to Love by Sleater-Kinney. It's their first album in like a number of years now, about 10 years, I think. So they haven't made music in a while, and they came back, and I'm sure the more I listen to this, the more I like it. It came out pretty early this year. I just haven't. It's something I listen to more and more. It feels so. By the end of the year, this is probably. I don't have much of a doubt this is going to be in my top 5. There's some really good songs like New Wave, which is kind of funny. It's like the music video has the kids from Bob's Burgers dancing around and stuff, and it's just such, Carrie Brownstein. I love her in Portlandia. She's funny in Portlandia, and then she is a really, I don't know how to say it, entertaining guitar player to listen to. Yeah, it's a very solid album. I don't know. I like this. It's difficult that I think I like this a bit more than I like their stuff in the '90s, and that's really saying something.
I've never heard of them. What genre would you
like,
say? Or what style?
Punk rock, but that's pretty broad as far as that goes. Like alternate rock, punk vibes and stuff like that.
Cool. Apologize if you guys hear any background noise. It's stormy outside. Like a monster. My number 4!
Got some more Perif?
Nah. Paradise Lost with The Plague Within. This album is just... the more I listen to it, the more I enjoy it. Songs like No Hope in Sight, Return to the Sun, An Eternity of Lies, Punishment Through Time. It's like, man, Paradise Lost just went back to what they used to do. There's a lot of like doom elements in this with what they were just a couple albums ago with lots of gothic elements to it. It's a dark record. It's fantastic, and I just feel Nick Holmes vocally just pulled off just everything from his growled vocals to his more clean vocals. I mean, a lot of these songs are very haunting and atmospheric, and it's like, yes, it's just, and the guitar tone is just super crushing. This is just a solid album throughout. One of my favorites, and I have no doubt that this will be in my top 20 by the end of the year. So, see number 4.
My number 4, I have.
Yeah, it was exact. Sorry, I just looked it up. I just want to be sure because exactly 10 years since it has
I have Camelot with the album Haven.
It's a good album.
This album was really good. After their previous album, which names escape me off the top of my head, I can look it up really quick since I have
Silverthorn.
Silverthorn. I was gonna say I looked pretty up right here, so I can look. But I like this album a lot better. I think the mix comparatively from Silverthorn to this album is a lot better. Whereas like with listening to songs like Sacrimony from that album, it's the orchestration or whatever you want to call it is way too loud in the mix, and it's just weird. Whereas this album, it kind of fits a lot more. It works, the first like 4 tracks are awesome. Fallen Stars is a fun track. Insomnia is
such a good song.
It is fucking amazing. Citizen Zero is pretty good, and the Veil of Elysium is another really good song. Probably my personal favorite track is The End of Innocence, which is just cool, a little bit more of a harder song. And it's Camelot being Camelot. Everything's epic with like the choruses and all the orchestration adds to that. And like I said, I think it was a little bit hard for me to get into these guys before because the mix was just kind of got to me a little bit. Whereas now it sounds much better here. So that's why I think I enjoy this album more. So that's my number 3. That's my number 4. Number 3, I have Corpaclani with Noita. This is a fun album to listen to. Despite, I don't know, can't pronounce any of the names of the songs on this album. It's a fun album. Limpo is a great song, and I have this here, and I'll say the English translations of the songs. I don't care, because I'm not even going to try to pronounce this. But, I remember the 8th track, which is the one of the fastest tracks, which is A Spring Lake Cradle from the Village is awesome. Because it's just, I mean, if you want good, old-fashioned folk metal, this is the place to go. I mean, in terms of pure folk metal, I don't know if any band does it better than Corbett Klein. In terms of just being folky as shit. And, you know, there's those kind of songs. There's the opening track, Vineyard Man. And, crap, what was the other song that I liked a lot from here?
Bobby's Betrayal.
Yeah. Yes. Fucking the song Bobby's Betrayal is awesome. But yeah, I mean, because, like I said, just this album in general is awesome. And I'm finding myself more often than not here lately listening to folk metal, just because that's kind of what my new kick is for metal right now. And so, you know, this band is part of the reason of it, and this album is awesome. So that's why it's my number 3.
What's your new punch?
My new punch is probably still folk metal, but I'll get to that later.
Okay. Number 3, I've enslaved with their new album, In Times. This album is not as good as Retir, in my opinion, which was my 2012 album of the year. That was what I said. Tell me your 2012 albums earlier. I know what my number 1 is. From that
Phantom Antichrist.
I think that was number 2.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Anyways, their new album is still really solid. I mean, there's some really weird shit. The one album, or the one track, I just want to get it right. Nafir Bleeding, I still think I pronounced it wrong. That track in particular is one that's really just strange in my opinion. But 1,000 Years of Rain or Thuria's Dreaming, you know, the way Enslaved just creates this just incredible atmosphere, the way they blend the ground vocals from the bassist and the clean vocals from their keyboardist is just perfect. And sometimes when they're both going at the same time, it's just incredible. The way that sometimes their guitar work is so beautiful and melodic to then just punching you straight in the gut. It's awesome. And their songwriting is just the best out there in terms of any style of black metal, in my opinion. I know they're more progressive than in everything, but I mean, the sound is solid, dude, and I really enjoyed it. It's one that when it came out in March, I really listened to it a lot, and I haven't too much recently, but it still is an album that sticks with me as one of the better ones this year, so that's my number 3.
My number 3 is the album Ivy Trip by the band Waxahachie. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, that's an awesome album. Or band name.
Yeah. It's actually just one girl. She does like acoustic keyboard type stuff. It's really relaxing. I really like it. I never knew about that band until this year, and you know, I don't have a lot of time to just sit around and listen to stuff anymore. But when I do find the time, I like to just sit around and pop on a few, you know, songs here and there and just listen to it like on Spotify. Lately I've been trying to play Lego Jurassic World, and this is a really, really good album. Songs like Breathless and Half Moon, they're really relaxing, and it's just calm, enjoyable music to listen to. I really like that. Oh, I thought you were giving me a finger for a second.
That's what I thought too.
I'm like, wow, alright. My number 2 album is, I think I have the shirt on. The album, the album Supersonic Home by the band Adventures. Relatively new band. Some members of Code Orange, formerly known as Code Orange Kids, formerly known as the Code Orange Kids. I feel like they just keep taking. Yeah, there we go. They just put this album out February. It's like it's nothing like Code Orange. It's like more mellowed out, like kind of 90s feeling alternative rock. and they have some great vocal harmonies, some really good songs like the title track. I'm trying to think here. See, I remember if you've watched any review ever, I know songs by the track. I don't know by the song name all the time, but I know Heavenly. That's one of my favorite songs from the album. It's just a really good, really catchy album. I feel like it's difficult sometimes with like alternative rock to do something that have an album that's very diverse, because there are a lot of alternative rock is this wide genre of stuff, and like punk rock and whatever you want to say. There are a ton of bands, and to still do something that's really cool, I feel like it was really awesome that this band is like kind of going, back a couple of years, more than a couple of years, maybe like back, a decade or two, and like really kind of honing in this like older sound, its older vibes. I feel like it was really, really cool to listen to, and I really like that. I've been getting into a lot more older music lately. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Pretty good album. Great vocal harmonies. I already said that, but they have great vocal harmonies.
Is there any vocal solos?
Yeah, I think maybe. No, I don't think there is.
Okay.
That's too bad.
Keith, do we share the same two? Does your next band for your number 2 begin with an E?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, you don't.
But
It might be flip-flops.
I think we're flip-flopped. All right.
My number 2 is Ensiferum with One Man Army. Dude. Holy. I mean, the title track is the thrashiest song that I feel Ensiferum has written. I mean, the title track is incredible. And it sounds kind of weird, but I love it. But the song that gets me every time when I listen to this is Warrior Without a War. That chorus is just... the chorus of that song is just incredible. And Keith and I saw Ensiferum live almost a month ago now, and hearing some of these songs live just reinforced them, my love for them. It's like, oh man, this is by far, in my opinion, the best album with Petrie on vocals. Post Yari, you can say, too. I don't know, man. I just really thoroughly enjoy this album. It's better than Unsung Heroes, in my opinion. Heathen Horde is another solid one. I mean, the last 2 songs with one of them, I forget the title track, but it has the singer from Amorphous on it, is incredible. The only song that I don't like on here is Two of Spades. Two of Spades is just weird, and the songwriting is strange, and I just don't really dig it too much. But man, I just really like this album. I mean, the songwriting is probably the best part, and just some of the feelings that Ensiferum gives you during, for instance, like the chorus of Warrior Without a War, or the chorus of Heathen Horde, or when their folk elements come to the front. It's like there's no other band out there that does it as great as Ensiferum. I just love this album, man. So that's my number 2.
My number 2 is Visigoth with The Revenant King. So, this was an album that crept up there out of nowhere. And I'm glad you bought this that one day and put it on in the car, because I listened to this album a lot now. Probably almost as much as I listen to songs from my number 1, which, again, I'll get to that in like 2 seconds. But this album's just awesome. If you want like a good band that kind of captures an old school metal feel, Visigoth's your best bet. Like production wise, vibe wise, with like the vocals and how in some ways how the songs are written. These guys do it perfectly. I mean, the title track is awesome. The way it comes in is like really awesome. It just grabs your attention. It draws your attention immediately. And then there's other really cool songs like Mammoth Rider is another cool song. Blood Sacrifice, Vengeance. I remember having a really cool chorus. And then from the Arcane Mists of Prophecy, which is like almost 10 minutes long, and it just gets all awesome and doom metal-y at the end. Probably the best song on this album is Iron Brotherhood, but all because of that last chorus. I mean, but the whole song is awesome, but that last chorus just solidifies it, and it's just this album is so unique in the sense that it has an old school vibe, but then it's kind of a little bit power metal at times. And it's again with like Mammoth Rider and From the Arcane Myths of Prophecy. There's some doom metal influence. There's some thrash influence. There's it's kind of all over the place. And this album's awesome. I think the artwork for this album also fits perfectly too. It's kind of minimalistic and old school.
The music video though, for the title track.
Iron Brotherhood kind of sounds like a group of men, a group of gay men that are into really like dominating sex, like violent sex. Like they would call themselves the Iron Brotherhood. Just thought I would throw that out there.
All right.
That has nothing to do with anything. Just my 2 cents on the subject.
So,
what would you say for 3 cents?
Not
even a word.
These are the
all
new
right.
fingers now. The more fingers, it's like the more fuck you that goes up. You're kind of pissed at someone, but like you're really pissed at someone. It's like 4 fingers.
All right.
So new trend starting right here.
No, it's not gonna start.
If you're in Britain, this is basically flipping somebody off. So, but my number 1 was Tyler's number 2, and it's
His number 2.
Like I said, I've been loving folk metal lately. Like I just listened to bands like Insuferium, Corpiclani, Terrasas, Trollfest, Ovati. I've just been listening to bands like that almost constantly. And this album's part of the reason why. I mean, the first, besides the instrumental track, like Acts of Judgment is awesome. Like, the thing that sticks out to my mind is like the middle section, which is awesome. And then, as Tyler pointed out, Heathen Horde is awesome. That has the vocalist from Tyr on that song for the chorus. The title track, One Man Army, again, is thrashy as hell, and I love the last pre-chorus when it's like minimalistic and it just sounds epic and all kinds of awesome stuff. And then Warrior Without a War is also awesome. Probably my favorite song is Cry for the Earthbounds. I love that song. The intro kind of reminds me of Into Battle a little bit because it's how it sounds. I personally don't mind To His Face. I think it's alright, especially like seeing it live. It kind of worked a little better. I don't mind. And then there's the whole Heathen Throne Part 3 in the last 3 songs, which I think the song you would talk about was just, okay, I'm not going to bother trying to pronounce that because it's in, I'm assuming it's in Swedish or whatever. Finnish. No, it's Finnish with these guys.
Yeah.
But so this album's just awesome. I feel like it's listening to this. It's Ensphere kind of more. This is definitely not the Yari Ensphere, which I think it's good that that even though that they have come up with their own sound since then, I think it's good that they still have to differentiate themselves from that because I don't know how many people I hear when they talk about Ensphere. No Yari, no care. I don't even think that's true. I think they're better, honestly, without Yari. I think they've gone so much farther since then. This album is a great representation of it, so that's why it's my number 1.
My number 1 is Keith's number 2. Visigoth with the Revenant King. Dude, there's one album that I can truly say I can't stop listening to this year. It's this album. It's just, it is incredible from start to finish. It's all about the riffs. And it's all put together so well. The transitions seem perfect. The beats that the drummer, puts to the fucking guitars, perfect. The vocals, perfect. It's just everything just seems to flow so nicely on this album. I mean, you know from the start you're in from something awesome with the way that the Revenant King starts with that riff and then the way it busts in with the drums, and it is so heavy. The final chorus of Iron Brotherhood is just magnificent. The last track with the really long title, I always forget.
From the Arcane Mist Prophecy.
Yeah, that I always get it mixed up. I know there's Arcane and Mist and Prophecy. I don't know which way they always go without looking at it. That track is so Iron Maiden. It's incredible. You know where these bands' influences are, and they take the best of all their influences and smash them all together, and it's fantastic. The vocals are they're very power metal-y, but I feel this guy, the Jake Rogers, I believe his name is, has a very unique voice. He has his own style, and it's really great. The soloing is incredible. The Revenant King solo is one of my favorite, but I love an Iron Brotherhood, kind of how they have the harmony and the way that the solo kind of comes back in and out. It's like, dude, I mean, everything about this album is incredible. It's one that just gets me going all the time. It's one that you can't sit there and not bang your head to. It is an incredible piece of fucking music. It is really, really good, dude. And I'll be surprised if an album tops it this year. It has everything I love. It has the old school, more just classic heavy metal. It has thrash in it. It has doom metal. It has everything. It's awesome, man. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say Slayer, but but I was gonna say Jake Rogers. His vocals remind me of Glenn Danzig a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
A little bit. I hear it like lots of things, but yeah, he does. I love his voice. It's very unique.
Yes.
Glenn.
It's
Good old Glenn gets a mention.
my number one album. 2015 so far.
Sometimes I kind of wonder, like, what is Glenn Danzig doing, like, right now? I just don't know. You know?
It's probably like sacrificing a fucking goat.
That's it. I just think, like, when I don't see him, he doesn't exist. Almost, you know? Like, he just disappears.
He just hides out somewhere. He doesn't do anything.
I don't know.
Taking the dump right now.
Probably, like, eating Cheerios and taking a, like, you know... My number one album for the year is probably gonna. It's gonna be close to being my number one album at the end of the year. Probably will be. It's Hyperview by Title Fight. This album really surprised the hell out of me. Like it's really different from everything that they've ever done, and because I don't know like every band and every song that's out right now, but as far as my world goes, it's different from like everything right now. It's like. It's just different, and when I first was listening to it, I thought like I don't know how to feel about this. The more I've listened to it, it's album of the year. These guys are like doing exactly what bands should do. It's like putting out something new, and you know, not just something new, but challenging themselves and changing their sound, and maybe not always like changing as much as drastically as they did, but doing something that's you know not this like comfort thing, you know, and just stretching the bounds, like I said, challenging themselves is really cool. A lot of great songs on this album. Chlorine was the first song they released off this album, is really good. Murder Your Memory is like this really freaking awesome, like just you know, calm but like I don't know, like at the part toward the end. Where it's just a guitar, I either feel like I'm a whale, like just swimming in the ocean. I know it's gonna sound stupid, or like I'm a whale, or I'm a bird, or something that's just like really cool. And you know, other parts of the album, like the song "Your Pain Is Mine Now," they have this part, like this bridgy area part, where it's like they're doing this like you know 80s sounding thing that like people just don't do anymore. Like it's like. It's like the Jurassic Park and they're bringing back stuff that's extinct, but like they're getting it right, you know, where Jurassic Park doesn't get it right, they're getting it right. And it's like Rose of Sharon, not by Killswitch Engage, it is a really good song as well, and it's like it's a song that is the closest to what they used to do in a way. Actually, there's like the kind of upspeed, same type of singing that Ned used to do. It doesn't really do anymore. It's mostly Jamie, I think, singing out. It's just really awesome what they're doing, and it's really cool, you know. And it makes me wonder. Like, I'm not even prepared for it now. I'm still enjoying this, but like, what are they gonna do for the next album? Because it's just so different than, you know, it's the complete curveball. And I think it's really cool. It's really brave for bands to do that now, because at least, you know, the music I've always listened to, you don't get a ton of bands that's just like, all right, we're just gonna like, you know, we're driving like 90 down the highway and we're just gonna throw it in reverse and just see what happens. And I mean, you know, mechanically that would probably really fuck up your car and you wouldn't go anywhere. But they did that, and now they're just, I don't even know what direction they're going on. They're in the fourth dimension, you know? So it's just really cool to just, you know, do a complete spinny thing and just go in whatever direction you end up going in. And that's really cool. And it really worked, too. That's the thing, it worked. So that was really cool. Yeah.
The other albums we're excited for the rest of the year.
Everything's
coming out in the
There's
too
too
many.
many. There's too many.
BT Bear.
Yeah, that's like just a couple weeks, right? 2 weeks.
July
Sweet
7th.
Bury Me,
Slayer.
super cool.
Unless I'm a
Arrowcross.
complete moron.
Iron Maiden. That's my number one most anticipated. I'm not sure if it'll be number one, but
Lamb of Gods. Is that coming out this year? That's
July.
July.
Counterparts might be putting something out this year.
July
That'd be
24th.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
put
I
a
did
date
see
on it.
release.
Tragedy Will Find Us. That's what it's called.
That's positive.
Cattle Decapitation's one that stands out to me. I love the first song. They put out another one too. I haven't heard yet. That's another one that stands out. Out of curiosity, I just want to hear "Bullet for My Valentine's." I would expect it to be on the list. Out of curiosity.
Who knows? Maybe because you have low expectations, it'll surprise the fuck.
Didn't they put out an album last year?
That's probably not 2 years
Yeah.
ago. And it was
Oh, it felt like it was
shit.
last year.
Dog shit.
Symphony X, August Burns Red, Die Hard is Murder. I'm very excited for them. It should be
Pity
cool.
Sex might be putting out something. I'm really excited for that. They put out like a one song, you know, thing for Record Day. That was pretty cool. Euclid. I feel like I'm pronouncing that wrong because I don't know words, but
Can't.
it was really fucking awesome. Like seriously, it you know, on a scale from like 1 to fucking awesome, it'll probably be on like my fucking awesome radar at the end of the year. If we're doing like our best songs of the year, even though that was like just a singular fucking thing, you know, fuck it. We'll do it live. I mean, I'll probably put it as like number one. It's seriously like my favorite song that's come out this year, and there have been songs that came out this year.
There's been a lot of songs that came out.
Yeah,
Like,
there were a lot of songs, you know? Millions of songs.
Yeah.
But
Technically.
this song might be the best
Wow.
out of millions. Well, if they put out an album and have good stuff in there, who knows? But it's like it's, you know,
Got some bold fucking claims.
yeah, it's a fucking song. That's what it is. F words abound.
I know for me that's weird.
Battlecross.
Yeah.
That should be cool. They're Not Your Sleigh is a great song.
Yeah.
Rivers of Nile I'm excited for. Soil Work I'm excited for. Amorphous. And the fucking Black Dahlia Murder.
Yeah, I forgot about them. That'll be pretty cool.
It's going to be a
Especially
great
what they
second
did on Everblack. I'm really excited to see because it was still like the Black Dahlia Murder, but you know, like the more you listen to it from Ritual, it's like they had like some songs like Every Rope and Noose. Like it has this like, you know, really different kind of feeling to it. I'm excited to see what they do.
To
more.
me, Everblack was so good, it's almost hard for me to listen to the other albums.
Yeah.
Even though they're good, it's just, it's the only album I will listen to. I just listened to it the other day, like the Phantom Limb Masturbation.
Yeah.
God.
And then
it's gross.
imagine if that happens with their next album and you
I know.
can't go back to Everblack. Imagine how good that
Well,
would be.
that's the thing. I feel that band has gotten better with every album.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Or if they put out like a folk, not folk metal, but just folk, like alternative
Yeah.
folk, like acoustic album.
Imagine that Trevor singing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Stern.
There's a...
There's some
Yeah.
good shit coming out.
What's that?
There's some good shit coming
There is. It's kind of been slow the first half of the year, I feel. But
Halo, you got No Man's Sky coming out. you got Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
All these great albums are coming out. The soundtracks. We could do that for like album of the year. We're just gonna put video game soundtracks.
Witcher could be up there.
Yeah, Witcher would be up there. Tell us your favorite album of 2015.